Hi, this is Justin, back for One Beer Job. Today, going to be working on a 2013 Jeep Wrangler. Got a code for the thermostat, and so I went and picked up the thermostat and the thermostat housing, and so going to go ahead and hammer this thing out tonight. No beer. Told my wife I wasn't going to drink anymore, but I also said I wasn't going to drink any less. I fooled you. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Got the beer out. I'm going to show you what we're going to be, what type of tools you're going to need for this JKU thermostat repair. Okay, we're back. I had already taken off some of the stuff. I had a cover that went over the actual engine. I took that off a while ago and just never even put it back on. Just didn't even want it. So these are the tools you're going to need. I used a 5/16 nut driver, of course, for the clamps. We're going to have a pair of channel locks for hose clamp, and then we're going to use a 10 millimeter deep socket, and then I have two different extensions. Both are swivel heads, and that way if you just pull them out just a little bit, there'll be a swivel all the way through it. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing first. I have my aftermarket Canon cold air intake. I've already taken off the clamps, so this should be pretty easy. So I'm just going to slide this out, and again, you have to take off your oxygen sensor. It's a clip. Make sure that you press down on this tab, and it will release itself. And then I'm just going to slide it off, and then I'm just going to push it. Some people take off this hose. I don't think you have to take off the hose. I just think that you have to set it up over. And then now we're going to look at the thermostat. The thermostat is right down there. You can see with the L shape with the hose clamp on it. You can see that hose clamp itself, it's got, white markings on it. You definitely want to put those hose clamps back on the exact same way. That line's there for a reason, and that way that hose fits tight and that you're not going to get any leakage. And then there's two all right, I loosened up just a little bit, just so you can get the hand on them. And then now I'm going to loosen up that and slide. I'm going to slide this all the way back down here. I'm not going to take it off, but I'm just going to slide it down. And that way we can get the hose off. And then I'm going to store the hose just right up here in between. I'm just going to bend that hose a little bit and try to get not a lot of the coolant anywhere. Okay, so you can see that I moved that clamp, and I put it low enough where my vise or my channel locks can get there. You can see that I've broken the seal just a little bit, and you can see that there is some liquid there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull the hose off and try to get not very much. Trying not to get any coolant on the ground, but again, I have it. And then I'm going to take off those two screws. And then go ahead and pull it, and then I'll show you. Sorry, doing this all by myself instead of having my photographer here. All right, so I've taken off the thermostat housing and I've cleaned it up. You can see that gasket was stuck to it, so I removed the gasket and then just took a towel and just a scraper, just to make sure there weren't any imperfections on there. Just to make sure that it's nice and smooth before we install the new one. Here's the old one. There's the gasket. Let me see if I can pull this over into the light a little bit. To my tail lights. So that's what the gasket looks like. An actual thermostat. Doesn't even look that bad. Only 65,000 miles on the Jeep. But through the code, so replace it. It's only $20 part. So there we go. All right, so the part I got, thermostat housing, got it from Advanced Auto, and that's the part number 49569. Like I said, it was only $20. Hope the gasket comes with it. Yep, we got a gasket in there. So that's what the new one looks like. This one looks a little smaller than the other. Oh, they're about the same. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do is just gonna put this bad boy right back the same way that we took it out. All right, now went ahead and put that in. Do not over tighten this because it is a plastic piece. I'm sure there's torque specifications for it, but I mean, I'm just going to, you know, tight and then just a little bit extra. So now I just got to put the hose back on, and then button it all back up, and then fill it up with coolant, because we did lose quite a bit that was in the engine. So I got some already pre-diluted coolant that I'll just throw in there right after we're done. All right, so got the clamp back on, hose back on. You will really feel it when you push the clamp into the right spot, especially onto these grooves that were up here. You'll be able to feel, and it'll track itself into the same path. And if it's not right, then you'll see the real dark black on the hose, the hose that has never been exposed. So you'll be able to see that, but this thing's tight and ready to go. There's also a little stopper. Get this thing out of the way. There's also a little stopper up here so you know how high you need to go. There's a little stopper right there on the thermostat itself. So now we're ready to put the air hose on and fill it up and turn it on. See if we still have that code. All right, button it back up. Cold air intake back together. Again, using that nut driver. Filled up some coolant in there. So now go ahead and take it on the road. This is the second beer, so just letting you know that there was definitely just one beer. This one's not even open. I'll finish that after I get off the road. All right, well, that was a one beer job. Just cracking the second. For a job well done, you should have another beer. So that was doing a thermostat on a 2013 JKU. All in all, it probably took, you know, even with me describing what I was doing, it only took about 45 minutes. You could probably have it done in 20 to 30 if you didn't have to worry about recording or walking anybody through it. Really wasn't that hard. Real quick fix. And yeah, so until next time, I'm Justin with One Beer Job. If you liked the video, go ahead and like, please hit it. Hit the notifications if you want some other videos on how to do random things around the house or on the Jeep or anything else. And cheers. Good seeing y'all again.